Thank you for joining in. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimale for you here in Abuja. Let's bring you some updates on what is major headlines tonight. The two senior commanders of the proscribed terrorist group Ansaru Mahmouda and Abu Bara have been pleaded guilty to a 32-count charge bordering on terrorism, kidnapping, and related offenses before the Federal High Court in Abuja. The two of them who were arrested by the Department of State Services, the DSS, and arraigned in September 2025, accused of orchestrating some of Nigeria's most notorious terrorist operations, including the 2022 attack on the Nigerian Army's Wawa cantonment in Kanji, the Kuje Correctional Center, jailbreak that freed more than 600 inmates, and a string of high-profile kidnappings and attacks on critical national infrastructure. Prosecutors also alleged that the suspect received specialized training in weapons handling, improvised explosive devices, and guerrilla warfare in terrorist camps across Libya and Mali before coordinating terrorist networks operating within and outside Nigeria. The guilty plea comes nearly a year after the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Badu, announced the arrest of the two men, describing them as the leader and deputy leader of Ansaru and among Nigeria's most wanted terrorism suspects. Security authorities say the commanders maintain operational links with extremist groups across the Sahel, including Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, while directing sleeper cells from forest enclaves around Kanji National Park. The federal government has described the arrest and prosecution as one of the most significant breakthroughs in Nigeria's counter-terrorism campaign, dealing what officials call a decisive blow to the leadership of the Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist organization. We understand that the leadership of the DSS was not satisfied with the earlier judgment that the two of them got and insisted that they deserve worse situation or worse judgment, considering the heinous crime that have committed, killing Nigerians and dealing blow with terror attacks on Nigerian soil. So Tosin Ajayi-led DSS has insisted that these two should be further prosecuted to get a maximum sentence, which they did to them. Away from security to some politics, with less than 4 weeks to the August 15 Osun governorship election, the Imole Campaign Council Governor Ademola Adeleke has raised what he describes as 10 critical concerns for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, urging the electoral body to strengthen safeguards against alleged irregularities witnessed in recent elections. While addressing journalists in Osogbo, the Director General of the Council, Senator Kamarudin Oyewumi, cited concerns ranging from the deployment of sensitive election materials, BVAS functionality, alleged vote buying, reports of voting without permanent voter cards, and handling of ballot papers and result sheets. The campaign also called for adequate deployment of BVAS machines to polling units with large voter populations, while urging INEC and security agencies to investigate allegations surrounding purported attempts to compromise the electoral process ahead of the poll. Meanwhile, Governor Ademola Adeleke has condemned the disruption of public peace at motor parks in Osogbo following reported clashes involving supporters of the APC. In a statement, the governor alleged that individuals led by Ashiri Eniba carried out shootings and intimidation at motor parks, calling on security agencies to arrest those responsible and restore order. Adeleke also says that he had reported the incident to the Inspector General of Police and other security chiefs, warning that his administration could reconsider the current management structure of motor parks if the violence persists. There has been no immediate response from the APC or those named in the governor's allegations.
I'm calling the government to the informing of the people and not saying of the election. One, the protection of insufficient ballot papers and other sensitive materials. I repeat, the prominence of insufficient power and other sensitive materials to police. We are deeply concerned by the series of complaints on lapse of federal justice NCT area council intervention, particularly in the province of Anzinga.
Well, so much more to talk about. My guest tonight is probably one of your most influential politicians in modern politics. And tonight, we'll be engaging him on the ambition ahead of 2027, the raise, the state of the nation, and the issues in the news. But before we get talking with him, let's serve you with some of your political roundup stories.
The House of Representatives has begun the consideration of an executive bill seeking to establish state police, with lawmakers indicating that they may adopt the version already passed by the Senate, subjecting it to minor adjustments. The proposal is part of the ongoing constitutional amendment process aimed at strengthening Nigeria's internal security architecture through a multi-tier policing system. The position was explained by the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, who's the chairman of the House Committee on Constitutional Review, Mr. Benjamin Kalu, during a committee meeting in Abuja. Justice Ian Eko of the Federal High Court in Abuja has admitted the national president of Mieti Allah Katahore Bello Bodejo to a 2 billion naira bail with one surety in the like sum. In a ruling on Bodejo's bail application, Justice ordered that the surety must have a 3-year tax clearance and must reside in Abuja. Justice Eko, who also ordered that the surety must have land worth 2 billion naira in Abuja, held that the documents of the property shall be verified by the court registrar. The judge equally ordered Bodejo to drop his passport from the registrar of the court and not travel outside the country without the leave of the court. The judge agreed that the offences with which the defendant was charged were bailable ones, and the court has the discretionary power to exercise this in his favour. The national chairman of the Social Democratic Party, Professor Abubakar Gombe, says the former national chairman of the party, Shehu Musa Dabam, remains expelled from the party, noting that neither the Independent National Electoral Commission or the courts have the constitutional powers to determine the party's leadership. Speaking with journalists in Abuja, Professor Gombe dismissed claims that Dabam had been restored to office, maintaining that the decision of the party's National Executive Committee, NEC, to suspend and subsequently expel him remains valid. Professor Gombe also notes that the party remains focused on repositioning itself ahead of the 2027 general elections while strengthening its internal structures and presenting credible candidates capable of providing Nigerians with an alternative political platform. Niger State Governor Umar Bago has called on members of the All Progressives Congress to intensify grassroots mobilization and work collectively to secure victory for the party at all levels in the 2027 general elections. Governor Bago made the call while presiding over a critical APC stakeholders meeting attended by party leaders from the 25 local government areas of the state at the government house in Minna. The governor urged party members to reconnect with their respective constituencies and serve as foot soldiers for the APC, stressing that every member has a responsibility to campaign for the party and President Bola Tinubu.
With your political roundup stories, let's tell you that the House of Representatives has inaugurated a 12-member ad hoc committee to investigate a controversial allocation of 1.3 billion naira to the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council in the 2026 Appropriation Act amidst questions over the agency's legal status. The inauguration, Speaker Abbas Tajuddin, represented by Majority Leader Professor Julius Nyovere, insists the probe is not politically driven, but intended to establish the facts through a transparent and credible process, stressing that the National Assembly has the constitutional responsibility to scrutinize public spending. The chairman of the committee, Yusuf Bagdi, assured Nigerians of a thorough and impartial investigation while expressing concern over the absence of some key government officials whose participation is considered as essential. The lawmakers begin examining the circumstances surrounding the council's establishment and its inclusion in the 2026 budget. Well, We are hearing now from the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, who said he has honored an invitation from the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, as investigations continue into the alleged activities of the controversial Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council, widely described as a fake agency. The statement issued today by Mr. Gbajabiamila's legal counsel, Jiti Ogunye, former Speaker of the House and Chief of Staff to the President, says he appeared before investigators today, this afternoon, where he gave his testimony and answered questions in full cooperation with the probe, which is being conducted on the directive of President Bola Tinubu. The statement adds that after meeting with investigators, the Chief of Staff returned to his official duties, underscoring what his legal team described as his commitment to supporting a transparent investigation into the matter. Let's get to our conversation tonight. Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso remains one of Nigeria's most influential political figures and a key voice in the evolving conversation ahead of the 2027 general election. As the NDC's vice presidential candidate and a former governor of Kano State, his political decisions, comment on coalition talks, the state of the nation, and report of a possible alliance involving Peter Obi continue to reshape national debate. Tonight, Senator Kwankwaso joins us to address some of these pressing economic and security challenges and to respond to questions surrounding a lot of issues ahead of the 2027 elections. The vice presidential candidate of the NDC and former governor of Kano State, Senator Kwankwaso, it's a pleasure having you on the program tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much indeed. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
How did pairing up with Mr. Peter Obi, how did it come about? Is it something that you thought about, or he was the one who approached you?
Thank you very much, Sean. Before the 2023 election, we had a joint committee that was looking at his party, then Labour Party, and of course our party, the NPP then. And the committee was looking at our blueprints, was looking at the general politics of the country. And at the end of the day, it was suggested to us that the best way forward actually was for us to work together, especially after the 2023 election. And collectively, we looked at all that, and at the end of the day, we all accepted that there was need for us to work together as people of like minds, as people who are in the field trying to bring positive change to what we have today in the country. And at the end of the day, we realized that the best way forward was to come together. And that was exactly what happened. And I want to say that I am so happy that today I am working together with His Excellency Peter Obi, and we are comparing notes, we are working together, and I am happy to say that our party, the NDC, which has the leadership of His Excellency Dixon, we are working as a team, and so far so good. We are happy with what we are doing.
Is it you? Because at some point there are statements attributed to you that you had said you will never deputize anyone. You want to be the president, and that had been your ambition. Is it your realization that is a turn of the South, and that the fact that those who say Kwankwaso's eyes is on being president in 2031, so the game plan is you deputize Peter Obi, who says he's going to do 4 years, and then in 2031 you dovetail into becoming president. That's your game plan.
Maybe all of the above. I'm happy to say that even before the 2023, if you watch my interview, I said under that circumstance. Now, the circumstance of 2023 is completely different from the present circumstance, especially that now we have a president from the southern part of the country who is completing his term next year. And the circumstance has changed to the extent that together we felt that the presidency should go to the south for 4 years. Thereafter, it will come back to the north. And we believe that that should be the consensus of everybody in this country so that we can move together as a family, both north and south. So that's the position.
So it's true those who think that Kwankwaso wants to be president in 2031. That's right.
Well, we are
the ultimate plan.
We are praying that all of us should see 2027 and of course 2031, and we will look at the circumstance and see what can be done. But by the grace of God, I believe our party and of course my humble self and His Excellency Peter Obi, we have a short-term plan which we are executing now. And of course, we also have our medium and long-term plans for the country. And that is what we are working on now.
So you agree when Mr. Peter Obi says, I'm going to do only 4 years. That is sacrosanct, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I personally believe him. And I don't think, based on what I now know about him, will renege. I don't think he will change his mind when the time comes. And we are all gentlemen, even though we have accepted to put it even on paper.
You've signed it on the dotted line?
Yes, oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
As a party or between you and Mr. Peter Obi?
Both. We have done one for the party and we have done another one between the two of us.
What was the agreement between you and him?
Well, the agreement is what you said, that after 4 years, he will come and work together, team together as a group, as a party, as friends, brothers, and so on, and involve everybody to work together so that after his term or our term of 4 years, 2027 to 2031, then it comes back to the north, and that is the general agreement.
What changed your mind fundamentally about Peter Obi? What are the new things that you now know about him?
Now, you see, every day we are learning. Even if you are 100 years old today, tomorrow definitely you will learn something. Something new would happen. And I'm happy to say that before the 2023 election, I believe I knew a lot about Peter Obi and many other senior politicians in this country. But based on what we started discussing, and of course, based on what our joint committee was bringing to us, I believe I know much more than I knew before the 2023 election. Now I know that Peter is a very serious politician. He has this country in mind. He is somebody that one can rely on, and so on and so forth. And our blueprint, the ones he has and the one that we have, when we compare it, with just few adjustments, we realize that we have a similar vision and mission for the country. So that's why it was very easy for us to come and work together as a family.
So what is this Peter Obi's vision? Why should any Nigerian consider an Obi Kwankwaso ticket?
Well, you see, in some countries, you need to go to the laboratory to discover the issues. But in Nigeria, you have heaps of issues everywhere. Our main concern today is the security in the country. You could see that in recent years, we have seen the insecurity mainly in the south and the northeast. It moved into the northwest, north central. Now it is migrating into the southern part of the country, which is most unfortunate. Now, collectively, we believe that as determined people, as people who have enough energy, as people who are competent and, of course, capable of handling issues, the first issue we believe we should tackle is the issue of insecurity in this country. There are other issues, of course, the issue of economy itself, the issue of infrastructure that have decayed over the years in this country. We have the issue of education, which both of us accept that is a very serious issue because we all believe that no country cannot move forward without good quality education to all its citizens. We can go on and on and on. Of course, we need to work together with the international communities, our friends, our brothers that are outside the country. We need to work together with our young men and women in the diaspora. We need to work with everybody. And that is the only way we believe we can move this country forward.
So there are those supporters of the Kwankwaso ticket who says having led the banking, a bank in Nigeria, Peter Obi's focus will be mostly on the economy. And having been a minister of defense, Kwankwaso will focus on security. Have you and Peter Obi agreed on that sharing of roles and duties? Is that how you want to run it?
Well, we are working on that, but mainly we accepted that we should work together as a family. When you talk of insecurity, you cannot say it is only me who had the opportunity to be Minister of Defense who has the experience or the entire experience of security. So also the economy itself. So we are going to work together as a family, and we are also going to involve as many experts, technocrats as possible across the country so that together we can sort out all the issues that we see, not only see them being tackled, but of course getting even worse by the day.
Do you have an answer to insecurity problems?
Of course, the answers are there, and mainly we have taken so much from our blueprint of 2023 election. You see, security is everybody's business. We will involve everybody in terms of information. Of course, we will look at the military and other security agencies in terms of training and retraining. So also the kitting, munitions, and welfare of the military themselves. And even under the circumstance, many of us are even worried that as it stands today, we don't see any reason why we should be in this total mess.
But what would you say is the answer? As a former two-term governor, as a former minister, there are those who think you might have a clue. If there is one thing that you do to stop these killings and to nip these crises in the bud, what would you do?
Now, I think the first thing is the political will. That's the key. And once that is established, and once you have a knowledge of what to do, even in terms of your relationship with the military itself, and of course the general public, in terms of mobilizing them, in terms of giving them confidence to say what they know. You see, all these things that are happening today, if you go to localities, those places that these insecurities are happening, I can tell you, people know almost everything. They know their locations, they know the names of all those involved, and so on and so forth. But what is happening now is many of the communities are even afraid to go forward and tell the security agencies or agents of what is actually happening, because many of them have done that in the past, and of course they did not enjoy it. So we will give people confidence. We will work on the people, even the terrorists and of course the criminals themselves, to see what can be done really to discourage their action.
So you will have talks with the terrorists?
Of course, we will talk
you will
to
sit down with them?
We will talk to everybody. And of course, if there is any issue that will require the services of the military or other security agencies, I can tell you, we will be very happy to do it.
Is there something that this government is doing wrong, in your own view, in tackling security?
Well, of course, I am not an insider. I am one of you, one of all other Nigerians who are only seeing what the results are really. But from the results, you can conclude that there are certain things that the authorities should do and they are not doing, or should not do and they are doing. Now, like I told you, we want to see the commander-in-chief who has the political will really to come out and tackle the issue of insecurity.
So is there something specific that you think that the commander-in-chief, who is President Bola Tinubu, should be doing that he's not doing? Is there anything specific?
Well, specifically, like I said, I'm not an insider. I'm not sure of the details. But I can assure you, if there is going to be a very serious directive, of course, after doing all the homework, all the groundwork for the military, and I can assure you at this point that the military, Nigerian military, as far as I can remember, are capable people. They are well-trained locally and internationally. And for me, I have not seen any reason why they should not be well-kitted. Well, I don't see why, actually, they should not have enough munitions and all other requirements to defeat the terrorists and other criminals that we have today. So the key thing is for the man at the top really to understand the issues and come out with full force to give targets to ensure that all these things are stopped. And I believe it's very, very possible. You mobilize, you take certain areas, make sure the whole place is combed, all the places are being cleared, and then you move to the other side of the country, and so on and so forth. So, of course, there are many strategic things. The military themselves, I'm sure, should know better. And my thinking is they must be advising them of what to do, whether they are doing it or not.
So you have the answer to insecurity problems?
Oh, certainly, certainly.
Peter Obi, Kwankwaso wins the election.
By the grace of
will be a
God,
thing of the past.
I can tell you that when Buhari was elected, that time I was in APC in 2015, because of the confidence people had on him, many things have started to take good shape. The issue of corruption, you find even on the roads, everybody was afraid to collect anything. You find even the Naira was appreciating just because of the confidence of the incoming president. Electricity improved. Many other things improved to the extent that people had confidence that when Buhari came, things would positively change. Unfortunately, when he came in, he did close to nothing for almost 6 months or more. No ministers, no nothing. And everybody in the country realized that the government was not serious. And this thing not only came back, they even became even worse than he inherited. Now, we will not do that. Day one, we will start the action. And the good thing is all of us, I mean the two of us, have got a history of action. We are people who would start day one doing the right thing to the extent that some of these things, maybe even before we are sworn in, things will change for the better.
Why did you change your mind at some point? You were this close to joining APC. You were seen at the villa. You were supposed to be the SGF. There are a lot of talks around you joining You had talks with President Bola Tinubu, but it does look like some of your people in Kano they don't want you to come to the APC. Who exactly was stopping you, or who didn't want you to come to go into the APC?
No, I don't think there was any plan for me to join APC.
So it was never a part of the talks with the president?
I know from the beginning of the administration, the president, being a good friend of mine, of course, former colleague, many times in the National Assembly in 1992-93, and of course when we were governors in 1999, and even when we were forming the APC itself, we worked together hand in hand over the last 3 decades and a half. So as we know ourselves, of course, he made efforts to work together. But it was not to leave my party, then the NNPP, to join, but to work together to make this country a better place for everybody. But for whatever reason, it didn't work out. That arrangement didn't work out. So I was in my party.
I understand that we're offering you Minister of Education.
Well, there are many proposals at that particular time, but I think that was history. Now I am in NDC. He is now in APC, and all our names have been uploaded. Our names are in INEC now, so we are just waiting for the time of campaign, and we look at things and see how they move.
Senator Kwankwaso, do you think that you and Peter Obi can beat Bola Tinubu and Shetima?
You go to the Guse Market and Sabangari in Kano, and even go to Ibadan. I'm not even talking of the southeast or south-south. You see, this 2027 election, I think a lot of surprises will spring up.
In your favor or against
and
you?
Of course, in favor of the NDC.
You think that Peter Obi and yourself will win the election?
Yes, yes.
The reason why I'm asking this question, Ran, is because there are those who say you are a one-state politician. The figures are saying so. Look at the figures. You had 997,279 votes in Kano, followed by Kaduna 92,000, Bauchi 72,000, Jigawa 98,000, Katsina 69,000, Kebbi 49,000, Zamfara 4,000, Sokoto 1,300. You are fundamentally, by the figures, a northern politician. That is what the figures is saying. Nearly 2/3 of your total national votes come from Kano State, underscoring the strength of Kwankwaso. And those who think that Kwankwaso out of Kano doesn't have the weight. With this, how do you think that you can assail, politically speaking, in the election in 2027?
Well, if anybody calls me Kano and only Kano, I feel very happy. Because Kano is one state that is consisting of many states. It's not one state. Now we are talking of northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria has more than 50% of the registered voters. So if you call me a northern politician, I'm so happy about it. Now, by any standard, anybody must call Peter Obi, let's say, southern politician. So if he is bringing his side and I'm bringing my side, which other side is remaining? Which one is outside this two? So, Kano politician, I like it. It's good. And let me tell you, Sean, in 2023 election, we had a lot of campaigns, negative campaigns, that Kwankwaso is a good material. He can be a good president. That's even what our opponents were saying. But at that time, they said I had no political structure, I had no this, I will not win election. Therefore, our voters, especially in the north, were being discouraged to come out and vote. And because of the circumstance, one of that election, we had many issues. It was cashless. We're happy about that because our politics was not based on money. But actually, our party at that time had no real structure because most of our chairmen and other officials of our parties in various states have been there since, I think, 2000 or 2001. And they were only supporting governors at that particular time. Some of them were special advisors, some were contractors, and so on and so forth. So instead of supporting their party, which they didn't believe in, they were just supporting the sitting governors in their various states. So we had quite a number of issues. But now I can tell you, our merger, our coming together with Peter Obi and His Excellency Dixon, and many other senior politicians across the country, has made our party very strong and powerful, to the extent that I believe today we are the major opposition party in this country. And look at it, this party started operating early this year. And just recently, my humble self and Peter Obi joined the party. And because of the Kwankwaso movement, the young men and women, and of course the obedience coming together, we were able to boost the party to the extent that wherever you go in this country, even at the remotest village or villages, you find our presence, you find our supporters. And our supporters are not just merely people who are looking for money or who are looking for textile or food items on the day of election. These are people who are determined not only to vote, but to make sure that the votes are being protected.
Give me a moment, Senator Kwankwaso. There are allegations on this program that you are a lightweight, you're a featherweight with Peter Obi in Kano, and that you have been warned not that you will not be supported in Kano if you pair up with Peter Obi. That's Alimadu Sherif, and I allow you to respond to those allegations when we return from this break. Join us again, everyone.
The Renewed Hope agenda is working across Nigeria. Roads are improving, communities are growing, and development is reaching the grassroots. In Ondo State, GMT is taking the message of hope to all 203 wards through Jigi Ashiwaju Medical Outreach, free eye care and eyeglasses, Elosoloja market empowerment, sports programs, women empowerment initiatives, and unit and ward meetings across the state. From our towns to our villages, the Hausa, Igbo, and Ebira communities have also declared their support for the re-election of Mr. President. Afamidia believe in the Renewed Hope agenda. One good turn deserves another. Let's keep the progress going. Together, let's support Mr. President for a greater Nigeria. GMT, in God we trust.
Malaria? Again?
I'm beginning to think this malaria is spiritual.
Madam Landlady, there is nothing spiritual about this. It is obvious you've not taken the right medication.
Luta contains artemether and lumefantrine, and it's used to treat malaria.
Hey, Oga Luta, thank you for your intervention the other day. I feel very okay now.
Luta is another quality product from Hovid and marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited.
With Luta, malaria is in big trouble.
Abuja Investments Company Limited presents the Abuja Business and Investment Expo 3.0. More than an expo, it's the ultimate gateway to Africa's booming markets, powered by AICL, driving growth across the Federal Capital Territory and beyond. Theme: Building Nigeria's capital, investment as a catalyst for economic growth. Connect with industry leaders through keynote panels, workshops, and networking sessions. Date: August 5th to 7th, 2026. Time: 10 a.m. daily. Venue: Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Conference Center, Abuja. Accreditation: August 4th at the same venue. For inquiries and WhatsApp: 091 35 001059. Email: abis@abujainvestments.com. ABIE 2026, brought to you by AICL. Trailing the place, setting the pace, driving the future.
Excuse me, ma. This is your 100% here.
Babes, are you sure you want to spend this much on hair?
Since your landlord just increased rents, I saved for this one separately on money points.
Ma, you say you save on money points?
Yes.
This madam money points here, the array of here, his target savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub, his fees savings money points I used to do it. The salary of this my staff is save as you transact.
Jennifer, Money Point save as you transact. Money Point fixed savings and Money Point target savings.
What happened? Why did someone who contribute to you? Why should they? Come on, oh, you go give your money to Hadaku to say. You see Money Point account there. You don't go open a savings account. Now Hadaku you should. I beg everybody inside this my saloon. Oh, you bring out your phone and download the Money Point app now. Even you. What are you waiting for? Download the Money Point app now. Hadaku, wow, the Money Point account.
Money Point, made for your progress.
For years, we believed that world class meant far away. In healthcare, precision is everything. But the distance between you and exceptional care has just disappeared. We don't just practice medicine, we are driven by high standards. At Duchess International Hospital, we've brought the world's most advanced technology and global expertise right to the heart of Lagos, where cutting-edge technology meets the warmth of Nigerian hospitality. Recover in our warm, hospitable wards and dedicated physio units designed for your comfort and recovery. For VIP patients, our exclusive Royal Suites offer comfort and privacy. From complex cardiac procedures to premium wellness checks. No visas, no long flights, just family by your side. Exceptional healthcare isn't only across the ocean anymore. It's here. Duchess International Hospital. World-class care here at home. Experience the new standard.
Resilience today is not about surviving disruption. It is about growing stronger because of it. Many organizations face fragile operations, supply shocks, exhausted teams, and slow adaptation. The leaders who succeed develop adaptive resilience, systems thinking, and rapid learning. Join TechSem at Park Inn by Radisson, Nairobi on the 19th to 23rd of July 2026. Learn from Oxford scholar Professor Nick Cheeseman, Resilience Authority John Peters, and strategy expert Professor Paul Griffin. Build organizations that bend without breaking, adapt without panic, and grow despite uncertainty. Program fee is 8.5 million naira. For more information, contact the number on your screen or send a mail to the email on your screen.
Wake up in the morning feeling brand new. Sunshine on the rhythm, I'm calling on you. No dry skin allowed in the party tonight. Just smooth vibrations, we're feeling alright. Viva, glow baby, glow. Viva, let the moisture flow from your head to your toes, see the magic show. Viva lotion, the rhythm of your skin. Viva, glow baby, glow. From your head to your toes, see the magic show. Viva lotion, the rhythm of your skin. Viva, naturally born, naturally smooth. Viva, naturally born. Viva, feel the glow.
My name is Austin Azuko Kocha, but you all call me JJ. That's because I was so unstoppable, they named me twice. Those days, there were times when it was difficult for me to perform. But you know what? I never stayed down. I remained unstoppable. No one could stop me, not even malaria when mosquito bites. Now you too can be unstoppable if you use Lonart against malaria.
Now available in a new design. Same Lonart, same unstoppable you.
So much everyone for staying with us. A two-time governor of Kano State, a former minister, and now the vice presidential candidate of the NDC, running mate to Mr. Peter Obi, Senator Robbie Mr. Kwankwaso, is guest tonight on the program. Thanks so much, Your Excellency, for your time tonight.
Michelle. Thank you.
This is what Alimodu Sherif said on this program. He claims that many people in Kano State had told you they would not support you if you pair up with Mr. Peter Obi. Do you think it's an accurate reflection of what is going on the ground?
Thank you very much, Sherwin. You see, my humble self, Alimadi Sharif, and His Excellency Ahmed Bola Tinubu were all in the Abota Side Republic. We know ourselves very well. And up to now, I communicate with them, especially Senator Ali Sharif himself, and I know what he tells me. And I have heard him when he was here, but I can tell you he was not serious about it.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
He didn't mean it?
No. He just wanted to impress our brother in the villa to convince him that he is working. But the fact of the matter is, you see, even the worst enemies will tell you that Kwankwaso has Kano. But the point he wanted to make was even Kano was divided and so on and so forth. Now, I am not one of the politicians who go out there bragging and so on. In fact, most of the time I feel happy when people decided to underrate me or what I can do, because it sends people to sleep while we are working. So it's just a few months now. Whether anybody has the capacity to take votes away from us in Kano or indeed in northern Nigeria, I'm sure it's just a matter of patience. But I can tell you that by the grace of God, the good people of Kano State and indeed in northern Nigeria are completely different from what he was trying to paint here.
Because he's also said that Mr. Peter Obi cannot win in the north.
Now,
and the north,
how many votes?
Northern voters will not vote Peter Obi.
No, you see, Peter is not a new person in terms of running an election here in northern Nigeria. He ran together with Atiku Abubakar. We have seen what they got. And in the last election, he contested himself, and he got over 2 million votes in northern Nigeria. And by whatever standard, 2 million is a huge number. I can't remember the 2 million plus. But the point remains that in many parts of northern Nigeria, Peter himself is very formidable, is very strong. And the people who voted for him that time are still around. And I can also tell you, my combination, our combination, that means obedience and Kwankwasia, will spring a lot of surprises, especially from the young men and women who are not too worried about some of the sentiments Alimadu Sharif and other people are trying to paint. The average age of Nigerians is about 20 years or so. Now, these young men and women that you see around in tertiary institutions, in the markets, on the roads, in villages, towns, boys and girls, are determined, really. They know exactly what they want. What they want is simple. They want a way out. People are tired with the situation they are now. They want something new, something that can help their lives, something that can improve the security and welfare of the people of this country and so on. So I am sure all those who are coming here to talk about or going against that ticket, I can tell you, are not even conversant. They are not in touch with realities in northern Nigeria today.
How do you clear the air tonight, Senator Kwankwaso, especially some interest in the United States? In February of this year, some lawmakers in the U.S. introduced what they call the Nigeria Religious Freedom and Accountability Act. And the part of the target is on your person and some other interests in the Mieti Ala Cattle Breeders Association and specific Fulani militias over allegations of complicity in severe religious persecution, human rights abuses, and communal violence in northern Nigeria, to the extent of suggesting visa bans and asset freezes. How do you defend yourself in these allegations of extremism?
Well, if I may start from the issue of assets, I have no asset anywhere outside Nigeria, so there is nothing to freeze. But in any case, I think we have passed that level now. You know, realities will always prevail. We have enemies here. Everybody has enemy, including your good self. So people have decided to send my name here and there. But realities have now, they came out, and that issue is gone. It's no more an issue.
Has it been cleared now?
I believe so. It's cleared.
You have a clean slate with the American lawmakers right now? Have you visited America?
No. I'm not somebody who travels a lot. I am always in my village, in Kano, in Abuja, Lagos, and so on, meaning in Nigeria. I think America is more worried about Muslim tickets now than the issue of Kwankwaso. So everybody knows, those who know me, they know they are talking about the wrong person. I have no business in all those things they are.
You think Nigerians will be concerned about Muslim ticket? You think it's going to be a thing in 2027?
Well, it has to be. It has to be. And I'm even surprised that the president, again, is presenting the same type of ticket. And I know him is always somebody who wants to balance things. If you look at Lagos, he's always balancing. Even in his home, the ticket is balanced. I don't know why the ticket in Nigeria is not balanced. But I believe he still has time from now to the time of substitution to have a balanced ticket. So I think that is the issue there, not Kwankwaso. Have you heard anybody talking about it now?
So you think Nigerians will reject or they will oppose the Tinubu Shetima Muslim ticket?
No, I believe so.
I thought that was laid to rest in 2023.
I believe so. You see, fairness is always good. You could see even in 2023 general election, when I was looking for somebody to run with me, I got an archbishop so that we can go together and everybody will have a sense of belonging. You see, ordinarily there is nothing wrong in Muslim or Christian tickets. It's just ordinarily, because in fact we have done that during the SDP days. When we in the SDP fielded MKO Abiola as our candidate and Babagana Kingibe as his running mate. Nobody shouted, nobody talked about it, nobody has done anything to say that, to talk about religion. At that time, people were talking of competence, people were talking of popularity, and so many other positive things. And the ticket was being campaigned for not only in the mosques, even in the churches. So we had a very successful election at that time.
Yeah. Senator, we need to close now. I just have 30 seconds more. But the fear about NDC and its future, considering the registration matter and the court case, are you worried that that might jeopardize your chances of being on the ballot?
I'm not worried. Not at all.
What if the judgment goes
against? I don't think under our circumstance, if you look at it, I don't think any respected judge will be in a hurry to say NDC should not participate in the 2027 election. I don't believe so, because you could see a judgment. You can take anybody to defend what the judge in Kogi State did. Even, I don't know that you're a lawyer, but if you are not a lawyer, I can say even you can go and defend the issue. Senator, everybody was shocked.
Senator, quickly, if Bola Tinubu defeats you and Peter Obi in 2027, what would you say?
Oh, I don't think with the figures that we have on the ground, especially those who are doing opinion polls in the north and south, would even contemplate what you are saying. We are confident that at the end of the day, our ticket is the ticket that the young men and women in this country, and of course the general public, are supporting.
All right. Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, NDC vice presidential candidate, a two-time governor of Kano State, and the former Minister of Defense. Many thanks indeed for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Can I take this time to ask all Nigerians to please try and register with our party, NDC, INEC, so that at the end of the day, we can be able to bring the positive change that this country requires.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I wish you the very best in the coming days. That's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Seun Akimale. God bless Nigeria.
Welcome to today's conversation. We're going to focus on traditional institutions and fiscal reforms. The constitutional review process is also examining proposals aimed at strengthening traditional institutions and improving transparency and accountability in public finance management. These are two pillars of a well-governed society that are more connected than they may appear. That is why the bill formally recognized and established the Council of Traditional Rulers within Nigeria's constitutional framework. Traditional rulers have continued to play indispensable roles in peace building, in community development, in conflict resolution, and the preservation of cultural values. The bill proposes the establishment of State Council of Traditional Rulers with clearly defined advisory responsibilities on matters relating to customary law.